Hello YouTube, my name's Nero and today we have some Borderlands the pre-sequel. This footage is actually from the new DLC that's come out for that game. It's actually called A Claptastic Voyage, in which you go inside the mind of Claptrap and you're basically kind of like a little piece of code going throughout his mind and whatnot. You get to go through some of his memories and things like that. This particular part is really interesting to me because you're going through Claptrap's memories of Firestone, and so you get to kind of see what Firestone's like in his memory anyway. It's not exactly like Firestone, but it's really kind of cool because you get to see what the Firestone Motel looks like. You get to see, of course, Dr. Zed's little area office thing, I guess you would call it that. It's just a really cool part of the DLC. You're probably wondering, why am I not doing a live commentary over this? That's because I apparently have never done YouTube before, in that I recorded about 2 hours worth of this DLC, which, keep in mind, is a very long DLC. I think a lot of people are estimating it's about 5 to 6 hours. But I recorded the first 2 hours of it or so, and I never actually hit record on Audacity, so I have all the footage, I just don't have my voice recorded to go along with it. So that was definitely a fail on my part. So what I think I'm going to end up doing is hopefully I can get Nick, or Toucan as you guys know him. He's the guy I did my entire playthrough with the pre-sequel. Hopefully I can get him and we'll go and do this playthrough together. You know, of course I've seen the first 2 hours, but he hasn't seen any of it. And it's just a fun little DLC that hopefully would make for some good videos. And that's what I like about the Borderlands actual DLCs, like not the Headhunter ones, but the actual DLCs themselves. They're usually 4 to 6 hours worth of content, which is definitely pretty cool. We can make a lot of videos out of that, have some fun. I think you guys would enjoy watching some more Borderlands videos, but of course actually having it with somebody else besides just myself in there. So that might be enjoyable for some of you guys. So I think we're going to be doing that. I think that's going to be on the coming up here on the channel here relatively soon. Other things that are going to be coming up to the channel I've talked about during my Let's Plays, but I kind of wanted to take this video to kind of update you guys as to different things that are going to be happening on Nero's Let's Plays this year, because of course I said I wanted Nero's Let's Plays to thrive this year. I wanted to pay a lot more attention to it and get a lot more videos out on it. Right now you might be thinking of it as a Borderlands channel. That's definitely understandable because Borderlands is like one of my favorite games, and that's what we've always done over here on Nero's Let's Plays. Is I don't play the game just because it's new and popular. For example, Destiny, for example, Evolve. I play the games that I want to play and I find enjoyable. Even if they're old games, I want to play through them, I'll post them up here on my channel. That's what we've always done. First series I ever did on my channel, Pokemon Fire Red, right? What else did we do? Pokemon Ruby. We did Pokemon Soul Silver, a little bit of Pokemon Yellow. There's games I've tried that that were like the big game that we were going to try doing, right? GTA 5. I wasn't really psyched for GTA 5 single player, right? It really wasn't. And I'm like, all right, but it'll probably be pretty good. It'll make for a good Let's Play. People want to watch it, so let's go ahead and do it. And I started posting it, and I didn't even finish Let's Play. It's like, I'm just not interested in this story whatsoever. And that's a mistake I try not to replicate anymore. It's only post up I really want to try and really want to play. So there is going to be a lot of Borderlands content. A lot of people have been asking, of course, about this DLC, the Claptastic Voyage for the pre-sequel. Of course, I think we're going to be able to record that with Nick just as soon as we can kind of work the schedules together, because, of course, he has a job, I have a job, conflicting schedules, you know how it goes. But I do want to go through the DLC because from what I saw of it, I got through basically Chapter 1. I'm not sure how many chapters there are, but I basically got through Chapter 1 of the Claptastic Voyage DLC, and it was pretty good for what I saw of it, but I want to do that. Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2, right? You guys remember that? Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2? So many people asking about that. It's recorded. It's recorded. I've finished it. I have completed it. But the problem with that is just, of course, the long 2-hour video file, right? Because I don't like to break those up. And the reason I don't like to break those up is just because it's really hard to make titles and tags and everything for videos like that, because they're Telltale games. So, Tales from the Borderlands, Season 1, Episode 2, Part 1. And then you have to do that 5 or 6 times. So, Season 1, Episode 2, Part 2, Season 1, Episode 2, Part 3. Like, it's just very confusing. I just like to put out there Borderlands. I just like to put out there Tales from the Borderlands, Episode 2. There it is. Have all of it all in one video. Nice 2-hour long video. You can pause it. You can favorite it. You can go back and watch it whenever you want. It's all going to be there in one video. We did that with the very first one, and I want to do it with this one as well. But of course, the thing about this is just uploading the video overnight, which I'm going to try to do this week. So hopefully that gets up there, and you guys can watch Tales from the Borderlands Episode 2. It's a pretty cool episode. I liked a lot of the plot changes. Lots of cool stuff happened. No spoilers, of course, but it was definitely a pretty good episode. Well worth the wait. I'm not sure about that. I don't think anything's well worth as long as we're waiting. We're waiting, like, how many months is it? 2, 3 months, something along those lines. So I don't know how if it's worth the wait, but it's definitely a good episode. It's just I wish they would kind of crank them out a little bit faster, because by the time the new episode comes out, you have to go back to the previous episode and kind of like skim through it and like, okay, that's the name of this character, I forgot the name of them, that kind of thing. And right here in the gameplay you guys are watching, I was so excited, and I wish I had this record. I was so excited that we get to see the Firestone Motel, and they actually took the time to make the Marcus machine as well as the crates and stuff like that actually have the same skins from Borderlands 1. Of course, when you go inside here, it doesn't have the exact same skin, but overall, everything in this area has these same skins from Borderlands 1, which I was just a giant fan of, all the chests and things like that. Definitely a lot of fun with that. Borderlands 1 DLC, more Borderlands talk, right? So I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing them in order. I don't think I'm going to be doing Miss Moxie's Holodome, because that's basically just like a horde survival thing, which I don't really feel as though that's, really much of a Let's Play kind of thing. It might be, I don't know, maybe people would like to watch it, but it's kind of like the Creature Slaughter Dome and stuff like that in Borderlands 2. It's just like, whatever, you survive waves of things apparently. But in terms of releases, the Zombie Island of Dr. Ned is the very first one, so that's gonna be one we're playing through. I've looked up the time to beat on these, and all of these are about 4 or 5 hours worth of content, which is pretty cool. So we're actually it's like playing through entirely new games. I've heard the General Knox DLC is one of the best DLCs in gaming. It's so freaking good. People are definitely saying it's really great, so I'm looking forward to playing through that. In terms of other games, we'll have to see about some other games that people want to see post up here on the channel. In terms of a new game that's came out relatively recently that I've been playing a bunch of, I've actually been playing a lot of Cities Skylines. If you guys have heard of that, Cities Skylines is basically a SimCity clone, but better in just about every possible respect. But I'm not entirely positive if that's really a viewable game that people would really kind of enjoy watching. I think it's the kind of game that people might want to watch for one episode to kind of see what the game's about, and then they go out and buy the game for themselves just because it's a very fun concept for a game. And if you don't know what SimCity is, or City Skylines, basically it's a city builder and a city management game. It's very much a strategy game in that you are managing an entire city. You start off connecting your city to the highway, and then from there you need to start putting up water, you need to start putting up power services, you need to start zoning areas for residential and commercial and industrial people to start building buildings there. And just basically you're running a city. You get to make your own city and you are managing it and all the things that entails with that. But City Skylines is a lot more in-depth as compared to SimCity, just because the things you can do with it. Like, for example, you need to actually place all of the water pipes underground to connect them to houses, rather than just putting down a water tower like you do in SimCity and then all the people in that area have water. You have to actually go in and individually like put down the pipes for it. It's kind of crazy. Or you have to connect power lines if electricity can't reach like the generators to the houses and things like that. It's kind of a cool concept for a game. It's just a more in-depth version of SimCity, and it's also a lot more expansive. Like, there's a lot more area in which you can start working on your city and stuff like that. So I definitely thought that was a pretty cool thing, and I'm definitely enjoying that game quite a bit. It's definitely been fun playing through it. I may do some videos of it if there's a ton of interest in it. Maybe I will do, how about this? Maybe I'll do a video called like what is, I don't want to like make it WTF is, because of course that would be copying, but maybe just do like a 20, 30, 40-minute video saying, this is City Skylines. This is what we do in it. Would you like to see a playthrough after watching this video? Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. Maybe like a filler video. I don't want to put out like a part 1 indicating it's going to be a series or anything like that, but maybe just 20, 30, 40-minute long video saying, hey, this is City Skylines. Let's have some fun, and we'll do it for this one video, and if you guys like it, maybe I'll do more. That kind of thing. Maybe we'll try something along those lines. The thing that's been on a lot of people's minds for whatever reason, I still just cannot understand the reasoning behind this. I just can't. But Game Dev Tycoon, right? I think I want to finish it. Right, I want to finish it off proper. If you look at my channel, right, you go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/NerosLetsPlays, and you scroll through all of the uploads, you'll see that we're uploading a lot of Game Dev Tycoon. Then randomly stopped because I really just got tired of the game, guys. And then we came back, did a couple more episodes, then we stopped. Then I came back, did a couple more episodes, then we stopped. I think we're basically done with that game. I don't think there's anything else to accomplish with that game. It's been so much fun, right? It was a ton of fun playing through the game. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the series as much as you did. But I think we need to have a full-on end. And I want to have like an actual closing episode of it where we close the doors to Nero games, or perhaps hand Nero games off to somebody else. Maybe some one of the employees or something like that, and then just be done with the playthrough, because we've literally done everything there is to do in that game. We've done it all. There really isn't that much to do in the first place, to be honest. But we continued to play and play and play and play. I don't think it was necessarily about that. It was more or less about taking your guys' ideas for games, trying to put them together, and seeing how good of a score we can get and stuff like that. It was fun. And if they make a Game Dev Tycoon 2, then of course I would play through that. That definitely sounds like it would be a blast if they ever decide to make a sequel to it. I would definitely play through it. But in terms of the original Game Dev Tycoon, I think we're about done with it. You can probably expect sometime an actual video, which will be the conclusion to Game Dev Tycoon in that series. That way, just for the sake of completeness, there's a start and there's going to be a finish to that playthrough. I think that would definitely be pretty nice. Aside from that, there really isn't a ton of games that are really on my radar. I'm actually going to be opening up my Steam right now. Right now, I try to take every day, day by day, you know, live that kind of thing. And right now, it's like I have a lot of Borderlands 1 DLC. There's Tales from the Borderlands, and of course, there's Borderlands 2 DLC. Of course, we got City Skylines. DayZ Standalone, I'm looking here, has actually been updated. That might be something worth trying out for a few videos. Perhaps we can get Nick in there, maybe some of my other friends, because I know they have the game as well, and maybe make a survival series. I had the idea for a DayZ standalone series where make a kind of like Minecraft Hardcore Survival, if those of you guys remember the Hardcore Survival series that we've done here on this channel, where basically we start off, there's me, there's Foxy, there's Nick, there's Hyper, maybe just the four of us or something like that, and we all meet up in an area, and we have really nothing on us besides maybe a little bit of food, and then we start recording. And then we just go off into the world of DayZ and we play. If somebody dies, basically they drop out of the Skype call. If we can't revive them right, they drop out of the Skype call, and it's as if they're really dead, and we just kind of keep on going until, as long as we can stay alive, we just keep on going. But the problem with that kind of a series is if I die, then the series ends. Like, let's say, for example, I was the first one to die. Like, we start the first episode, we're just walking down the road, like, hey, there's some houses up there. Let's go see if we can scavenge some food. And then some random guy comes up and shoots me and me alone. It's like, okay, well, there's series over. I mean, the other guys are still alive, but, of course, I can't record their perspective, so... Yeah, maybe we'll do a DayZ standalone thing sometime. I don't know. With spring and summer, definitely with summer and people going on like spring vacations and more free time that summer usually entails, perhaps we can get a lot more series going. I think a DayZ series definitely be pretty fun. Left 4 Dead 2, I'm seeing this on my Steam games here. We did all of Left 4 Dead 1. We did every single campaign possibly for that game, and I think doing it for Left 4 Dead 2 will be pretty fun, except for this time we might do it on PC rather than doing it on console like we did with the original DayZ. Those are some old videos that randomly got a lot of views for no real reason. But it was definitely fun, man. That's the whole point. That's what I love about NerosLetsPlays. It's not about getting views from your videos. It's not about growing my channel as ridiculously fast as I can or trying to really do anything with it. All the videos you see on NerosLetsPlays are just, hey, I'm playing a video game because I want to, or I'm playing a video game with my friends because it sounds fun, and just myself and my friends just playing through Left 4 Dead 1. That was a whole lot of fun, and I think it would be fun to do that again. Some other things we've been working on here on the channel. So Pokemon Ruby, one of my most successful Let's Play ever, which was actually Pokemon Ruby. As you guys know, part 1 was taken down, and I've been digging deep into the rabbit hole on this one, and it's kind of a conspiracy theory in a way. So Pokemon Ruby is my most successful Let's Play. You can see the playlist and see all the views on the videos. The playlist itself has over 100,000 views. And part 1 in particular, like the first part of the episode, which was nothing spectacular really. All we did was, hey, this is my Pokemon Ruby playthrough. Let's have some fun. Oh, we need to pick a starter. Let's grab Mudkip. And alright, so that's about basically the end of the first episode. We really didn't do much in the first episode yet. The Pokemon Company International, the actual Pokemon Company themselves, came and they flagged down the video, and they haven't given an explanation as to why the video was flagged down. Now, keep in mind, this was a long time ago this video was actually flagged down, but just recently I submitted a counter notification to the Pokemon Company on that video because, one, it gave my channel a copyright strike, which there was no copyrighted material in there at all. It gave my channel a copyright strike, which directly affects my livelihood, which is not a good thing. So I'm definitely going to try and get that back. I've been working with my network Machinima. You guys see the intro to them at the beginning, at the end of most of my videos. The reason why people ask, like, welcome to Machinima intros at the beginning and end of your videos, I'm like, don't know, they're my network, and I don't have an actual intro or an outro for this channel, so let's put the Machinima one up there because it looks good. That's why it's always been there. But yeah, I've worked with Machinima. They've contacted them literally half a dozen times, and not once have they been able to get a single response out of the Pokemon Company. I've contacted them myself personally, still can't get a single response out of the Pokemon Company. It's actually interesting in the flag, in like the flag that they sent, and when they took down the video, there's an entire little part of it. Let me see if I can pull this up. I'm not going to show it in the video, but I will read it for you. Just give me a moment here. Let me find this. I was just talking to somebody at Machinima about this just today. In fact, here's the picture, I believe. Once again, not actually showing it, just going to be reading it. But in the flag that the Pokemon Company sent, under work allegedly infringed, they filled in other and none. So basically they're like, oh, there's no work actually infringed here, we're just taking down this video. But here's the conspiracy, right? This is the big conspiracy. This is the thing that kind of freaks me out about the entire thing and really makes me think that I was really wrongly taken down here. The flag itself was issued on November 20th of 2014, right? Pokemon Ruby Part 1, Hello Mudkip, which is, keep in mind, this is the original Pokemon Ruby, the one that came out like 10 plus years ago. Part 1 of that was taken down on November 20th, exactly one day before the release of Pokemon Omega Ruby and Pokemon Alpha Sapphire. And also, nice little fun tidbit about this was, if you guys didn't know, my Pokemon Ruby Part 1 video was actually the #1 Pokemon Ruby video on YouTube. Like, if you were to type in Pokemon Ruby, that was literally the first video that popped up, and as a result, had a bunch of views, and as a result, helped my channel grow quite a bit. And yet, the Pokemon Company themselves, they flagged it down. Now, I'm not here to accuse anyone of anything, but if I had to speculate towards something, I think it could definitely be said by a lot of people that the reason they probably took down that video was because in one day they are going to be releasing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and they knew that if they had these Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire videos on YouTube, then maybe people would watch that and it would spoil them to the story. So chances are they went in and they typed in Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire on YouTube, and they removed the first couple videos that popped up. That's all they did. Like, they didn't do anything else to any other part of my series. There's a 38 episode Let's Play, for crying out loud, of Pokemon Ruby on my channel, yet they take down Part 1, which has the most minimal of spoilers in it. It shows you the Pokemon you can choose from the professor. That's all that happened in the episode, was I picked Mudkip, and you see that they flagged it down. We're trying to get the video back, trying to get the strike removed from my channel. We've been working on that a little bit today, and hopefully that video can come back. The thing above all, it's really annoying that I have this long Let's Play, 38 episodes of a game that people love, yet there's no Part 1 there. And it's also just really annoying the fact that they removed that, but they allow Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire videos to be on YouTube, which that's actually a new game. Pokemon Ruby and Pokemon Sapphire are so old and so outdated that it's literally impossible to buy those games from an actual retailer in which any of that money would actually go back to Nintendo or the Pokemon Company. Right now, you can buy them on eBay and Craigslist and things like that. I think you might be able to find one or two of them at a GameStop, perhaps. Maybe. I'm not entirely sure on that, but for the most part, it's deadware to them. They're not able to actually make any profit on it or anything anymore. So the fact they took it down is just simply absurd. More recently, more recent news here on the channel, the final episode of Borderlands 1 went up the other day, and I'm definitely happy we finished up that Let's Play. I had a whole lot of fun. I can't tell you guys how much. I think it was definitely noticeable in the videos that you guys were watching, but I had so much fun playing through that game. And the annoying part, the big finale, an hour-long finale that I put together and I edited together, kind of like this this ending there that was supposed to make you really feel something. They ended up putting a copyright claim on that as well, which is really freaking annoying. Basically, I actually can pull this up here, and I wonder, can I show this in the video? I think I might be. Nah, I probably shouldn't show it just because I don't want to offend anybody or get in trouble for showing stuff I shouldn't show. But I can definitely read it out to you. So basically, the song... The song Welcome to Firestone by Jesper Kai. You know the song of Borderlands? You guys know the song when you're in Firestone? Like, basically the Borderlands song. Also the exact same song that I had as the outro of every single one of my Borderlands videos. That randomly got a copyright claim on the final episode of my Borderlands playthrough. It didn't remove the song, but basically what it did is it made it so monetization is not available on that video. And I, of course, disputed, saying, are you ridiculous? Like, this is ridiculous. videos that's literally background music in the game, and every Borderlands YouTuber uses this song. It's a false claim. It's a false claim, just basically made by either some random company just trying to get money for no reason, or it was just something in the algorithm of YouTube that randomly decided to bug out that day. So hopefully that ends up getting fixed as well. Just random little things on YouTube like that, these get very annoying, that end up spending like hours upon hours upon hours trying to fix, and not counting the fact that it took hours and hours and hours to put together the thing that you have to fix. Like these videos, they don't just kind of come easily. You spend a while putting them together, rendering them, editing them, uploading them, and stuff like that, all for it to kind of screw you over by the time it's done uploading. It's like, oh, did you know that Welcome to Firestone's in this song? I'm like, oh, you mean the background music while I'm in the arid Badlands? I forgot. I had no idea that song was in the video. That same song that's literally in all my other Borderlands videos, plus my pre-sequel videos, because I like to use it in there as well, because I really like that song. You mean that song that I have in just about 100 plus videos on my channel was in that video too? Really? Oh, and because I can't have monetization on it, because ad rev for a third party claimed it? Aw. It's just so annoying when stuff like that happens, but that's what we're doing here in this video. It's kind of an update video here on Nero's Let's Plays. What else is there? What else is there? I think that's basically it. We talked about trying to get some videos back and some random annoying legal things going on with the channel. We talked about some possible series. I think that City Skylines video would be kind of fun to actually play through. Maybe I could build a brand new city from scratch and start working on it, and then make like a 30-40 minute, maybe even an hour-long video or so, and then just post it up and see what you guys think of it. Game Dev Tycoon, we're going to try to do, of course, an actual ending to that. Tales from the Borderlands has already been recorded. I just need to actually edit it together, render it, and upload, which is the hardest part about a 2-hour-long video. And, of course, all the Borderlands pre-sequel DLC and the Borderlands 1 DLC and possibly a DayZ series. And let me know in the comments if you guys have suggestions for some other stuff. Other stuff out there that you guys may like to see, but keep in mind the whole point of Nero's Let's Plays is if it sounds fun and I want to do it, then I do it. But if it's just like, hey, Nero, this brand new game is out that will probably get a lot of views, is up, you should do a playthrough of it, I'm not about that. I'm about playing stuff that I want to play. Like, for example, GTA 5 Heist, I won't even touch them. But I know that's probably something that people want to see, but I've said many times that Rockstar is a scumbag company for delaying Heist as much as they did when they advertised Heist in the pre-game launch trailers. You know, they should have actually given out refunds for that, because the reason I bought Heist, or not bought Heist, but bought GTA 5 was so I could play it online and do Heist and things like that with my friends. That was a big selling point for me, and then the fact that Heists were not implemented into the game until over a year and a half later, that's kind of crappy. I made the comparison because you guys that watch my channel, chances are you guys play Call of Duty. Picture the next Treyarch game that's coming out in 2015, right? Picture we see trailers where they show us like, hey, we're gonna have zombies in this game. It's gonna be really awesome. It's gonna be better than ever, right? And then we get excited for the zombies that are gonna be the next Treyarch game, and then they just keep saying, nah, we're delaying it. Nah, we're delaying it. Nah, we're delaying it. We're going to keep delaying it. And then a year and a half after the game comes out, they're like, hey guys, remember zombies that we advertised back there in the trailers? It's finally out. No, that's scumbag. That is such a bait switch scumbag move. So no, I will not do anything with GTA 5. It's out of principle. I think they're a really scumbag company. I basically am done with anything with GTA. Perhaps if they were to put out a new Red Dead Redemption, I could find it in my heart to forgive them. But until that day, I don't think I'm going to be trusting Rockstar really with anything, just because Rockstar is, man, I just thought it was a really scummy thing what they did, and it's going to take a while, and I'm not going to really forgive them for that unless they put out a game that I really want, which sounds really greedy. I understand that, but Red Dead Redemption is a really cool game. It was an amazing game. If they were put out a sequel to it, there's no way I'm not playing it. So that's a thing. But no, I'm not going to be playing Heist. I'm not going to be playing any GTA 5 online. To be honest, I'm not really interested in playing that game really at all. So I think it got old about a month in or so after I've done just about everything there is to do in the actual multiplayer itself. Like, how many times can I grab my friends in a cargo bob and carry them around the map? You know, after a while, it's like, okay, this is fun, but you know, we've kind of done it all at this point. So in the comment section below, let me know what games you guys may suggest, what other series, maybe more Hearthstone-based stuff. But then again, Hearthstone's like, yeah, Hearthstone's kind of a hit-or-miss kind of game for me, because net decking's really kind of taking over for that. Let me know in the comments, what would you guys like to see here on the channel? And hopefully you guys all enjoy this update. I know a lot of you guys probably just watch this video just as background noise for the past, how long have we been recording now? For the past almost half an hour, but still, hopefully you guys all enjoyed the video. And if you did, please be sure to leave a rating where you guys feel it deserves. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day.